I want to share a process with you, a very powerful process that's going to shift the way you think about money forever. Now, it's very simple to do. It's only 4 steps, but it isn't easy because you are going to come up against your current pattern of thinking around money. And this pattern of thinking is a blueprint that's being put inside of you both genetically and environmentally. And of course, the programming we received when we were growing up was continuous. It went on and on. It was ceaseless. It just went on and on. And of course, we were programmed with repetition around money that most of it is mental junk. It doesn't even belong to us. But we today we're actually thinking, and it's true. It's a hardcore fact that is the truth around money. But you've got to remember that our conditioning was put inside of us, and it's other people's opinions about various subjects that were passed on to them by other people and their opinions about various subjects. My dad grew up in the Great Depression. Oh, I wish he hadn't, because his conditioning around money, and he witnessed it not just from his parents, but from the thought mass as he was growing up in the streets of London during the Great Depression, cemented in these beliefs that other people who did not grow up in the Great Depression never ever created a blueprint around money that he has. So you've got to, first of all, accept the idea that most of us are thinking in a certain way around money, and it's not really us. It's not how God, source, spirit even sees money in any way, but it's the conditioning that causes us to make it look and feel and sound like it's the truth, but it isn't. Okay, so here's the process, and I'll give you a live demonstration to support you with the embodiment of the process. So the process goes like this. You do it in real time. You do it in the hot red minute when it's happening to you. So you notice the thinking, right? Because all suffering is because of our thinking. And we think we're thinking, but we're not. Our mind is like a thought-producing machine. It just spits out statement after statement after statement that's coming from the programming. 95% of our entire life, the way we think, our emotions, our decision-making, the way we act, it all comes from the programming. So you're going to notice the usual thoughts to do with money. And then you're going to stop yourself and ask yourself, well, is this the truth? Is this a hardcore fact? The absolute truth for me and everyone else? Or is this just an idea I have accepted from others? Is it actually a story I am telling myself, or a story or opinions from other people? So you are neutralizing that fearful thought in the moment by looking at it straight on in real time. You neutralize it, and then you'll come up with the answer. No, actually, this isn't a hardcore fact for everyone. This is actually a story. And most of our thinking are just stories. So you neutralize it, and then you go into the solution, which is, well, what would my higher self say about this? And remember, your higher self, I believe, is God, source, the universe, spirit, infinite intelligence, something greater than yourself. Because you've got to remember that there is a power greater than ourselves that is running this universe right now. I mean, accept that right now the earth is rotating around the sun. in 360 days, and we've got nothing to do with that, that the planets are all lined up beautifully, that the trees keep growing, the birds keep chirping. So something has to do with causing more life and order to happen in the universe. So hand over your current will to a power greater than yourself by asking, well, what would God say about this right now? How would God think about this? Or if you have an aversion to God, then the name, then use what would the universe or spirit say about this? How would they think, feel, and act in this moment about this particular subject that I've been activated by? And then you will shift your thinking, because an inspired idea, whether it's the way you should change your thinking, how you should feel or act, will come to you. I promise you that it will come to you. So let's do it via a demonstration that happened to me the other day. So hey, I'm human just like you. I have conditioning, programming, and I've mentioned to you before, my dad grew up in the war days, in the Great Depression. He was a 7-year-old and he lived most of his life in the tunnels of the Great Depression. The bombs were alive and well because he grew up in World War II. So he was constantly living in the underground, protecting himself from all the bombings, okay? And there were many rations, many people didn't have enough food, let alone jobs, all of that. So it was tough. It was really tough. So he's always about go carefully, spending money. It's going to run out. You've got to work really hard for it, and there's not enough to go around, okay? So the other day, I was on a call with a vendor who was selling his product or service to me, okay? And the vendor said to me, the investment is the following. And I suddenly went into the fear again. The fear again, oh my God. Oh, even though I've got the money, the fear was straight away, I can't afford that. What? Oh no, I couldn't possibly invest in that. Even though I've got the money, the feeling surfaced, the fear was alive and well. And I had to use this process, my very own process on me that I've given to you, okay? And so I noticed the fear coming up. And I asked myself in real time, well, is this a hardcore fact? Is this really true that it is really expensive and you don't have the money and you have to go carefully spending this money? Is it really true? Or is this a story that's been running the show for years, that you have to go carefully spending money and you cannot possibly let it go out right now because you are going against your conditioning that's being programmed inside of you? And this conditioning is my father's. Go carefully. Oh, I'd go carefully spending money, really carefully. So I was able to say, well, this is my dad talking. This is not me. What? What would God say about this? And I got, well, you know what I heard? You know what, Tanya? I'm the source of your supply, and I provide richly for you now. And you don't need to worry because there's infinite supply. And just circulate the money. Keep whatever you give out comes back to you. Circulate it. And so I got these lovely ideas flowing through me that A, it didn't belong to me. Secondly, God was reaffirming to me, what would God say about this? And then I was able to act and move forward with the investment. And so that's what I want you to say to yourself today. This process works. It works most powerfully when you do it in real time. In real time, when you are paralyzed by the fear thoughts, absolutely paralyzed. That's when it works the best, because you are shifting your beliefs around money in that very red hot minute. And when you shift them, and you constantly are shifting them, eventually you are creating a prosperity consciousness. And when you have a prosperity consciousness, guess what? Money just flows to you ceaselessly, joyously, and copiously. Leave your comments if this has resonated with you. Love to hear from you. And if you'd like more videos to do with shifting your money mindset, then drop them in the comments and I'll make more videos that's going to support you to move from a poverty or a lack and limited mindset around money to one of more prosperity and abundance and, of course, more riches. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.